Being single is highly underrated. Every once in a while, I find it necessary for me to make a video like this, not only for my viewers, but for myself, to remind myself of why I've chosen the path that I have, and why it's okay to be single, and why it's okay to take some time to work on myself and move towards my goals, the goals that I want to achieve in life. Because, truth be told, these goals are far beyond me. These goals are way beyond anything that I can experience. This is about creating an experience for hundreds of thousands to even millions of people within my lifetime. And, I want to see this into fruition. I want to create a great amount of change in this world, a great amount of positive change in this world, and help people learn to love themselves, which me making videos like this definitely does help to do that. So with that being said, the first thing that being single does for you is it gives you more time to develop a relationship with yourself. Now, I know that sounds like very general cliche advice, but it's very true. You need to develop a relationship with yourself before you try to enter into a relationship with anyone else. I learned that the hard way. Okay, when you don't develop a relationship with yourself, what ends up happening is you look to your partner or to other people for validation. You're looking for external validation to replace the unconditional love that you're not giving yourself. And as a result, you develop attachments. Okay, attachment is the root of all suffering. When you develop attachments to people, you become reliant upon them to show you that you're worthy of being alive and that you're worthy of being loved. And that's obviously not a place that you want to be in. And it all makes sense when you talk about it and when you think about it in hindsight. But when you're in the situation, it's hard to see that. You just see this person in front of you that you think you're in love with, but in reality, you're just looking for validation. There's a saying that you can't love someone else until you love yourself. And that's very, very true. How can you love anyone else if you don't love the one person that you have to be with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? If you don't love yourself, you can't love other people. And not only that, but you won't be receptive to love from other people. So that's why when you don't love yourself, relationships don't last. You find yourself going through failure after failure after failure when it comes to dating. When you don't love yourself, you can't give or receive love in the way that you should, in a sustainable way. It's attachment based. Think of attachment like a very powerful flame. A very powerful flame that doesn't last very long. And a lot of times it might be an attachment that goes both ways. So sometimes, neither person recognizes this at first and they feel like they're in love, but in reality, neither of them is ready to be in a relationship with each other because they haven't developed relationships with themselves. And they're looking to each other for validation and they're giving each other that validation. But what they'll find is that over time, that validation won't be enough anymore, because there's still going to be that emptiness from within. If you don't fulfill that need for unconditional love, then you'll never find it. Nobody can love you unconditionally in the way that you can, because nobody truly knows you like you know yourself. Nobody knows all of your deepest, darkest secrets like you do. You're the only person that knows yourself in your entirety. So you're the only person that can love yourself unconditionally. You have to give yourself that love, and being single is a great opportunity to force yourself to develop a relationship with yourself. It forces you to learn to enjoy your own company and to learn to appreciate the small things about yourself, the things that some people might find weird or, people might judge you for. You learn to love those things even harder. And with loving yourself comes working on yourself. When you love yourself, what you'll find is that you naturally want to work on yourself more. You want to start doing things for yourself. You want to start going to the gym. You want to start taking cold showers, eating healthy. You want to do these things because you feel like you deserve to be better. You deserve a better quality of life. And you're willing to do what it takes for yourself because you love yourself, even if it means putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation in order to grow. Just because you accept yourself as you are, with all of your flaws, doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to work on yourself anymore. I feel like that's a big mistake that a lot of people will make, is they feel like they're lovable as they are, so why change? Which is true, but don't change the foundation. Keep yourself as you are in terms of who you are, the foundation of who you are, but build on that. Don't just leave yourself as you are. Build on what you are. One thing that I find is that a lot of people don't really recognize how much potential they have. And this is definitely something that I'm no stranger to. Sometimes I forget how much potential I actually have. I'm 20 years old. At 20 years old, I have the world at my fingertips. I have so much time and energy, and I also have a lot of wisdom that I didn't have when I was younger. And I can build on that. I have a lot of potential, and everyone watching this has a lot of potential. But a lot of people don't really work on themselves and actualize that potential. A lot of people aren't really willing to take those steps for themselves. And, a lot of times it's because they're looking to other people to give them that validation. Once you give yourself that validation, you want to see how far you can go. You want to see how far you can go and how much you can grow. And this is especially aimed at the people that are around my age. If you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you have a lot of potential. Like this right here, the age that we're at, these next few years are basically going to set us up for the rest of our lives. That's why it's very important, I feel like, to be single. And maybe I shouldn't say that. If you find somebody that you really vibe with and you're secure in yourself to where you don't need their validation and you can just actually enjoy their company for what it is without attachment, then yeah, you should pursue that. But I feel like at our age, we shouldn't really be looking for relationships. There's no point in being on Tinder. There's no point in going to bars and all of that looking for relationships, because this is the time to work on yourself. And I think that this is a big part of the reason why divorce rates are so high. It's because people get into relationships when they're not ready. And they build those relationships because they're scared. They're scared of being alone. Because like I said, they're looking for validation from other people. They don't want to be by themselves because they don't want to face themselves. But the only way to grow is to face yourself. You have to know who you are before you know what to build on. The foundation that you're building on is you. If you don't know what that foundation is, if you don't know the essence of your being, then you're not going to make it very far. This is something that I've definitely figured out within these past few months, is that right now I need to be single. I need to be single unless I just find somebody, within the natural flow of my life, which within the natural flow of my life, I'm really not interacting with too many women at all. But, I need to focus on myself and focus on being single because, like I said, my goals are much bigger than any relationship I could ever have with just one person. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard to remember this at times. But I feel like getting off of social media and getting out of that comparison mindset has definitely helped me to, recognize the extent and the importance of my purpose. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that your purpose and dating are mutually exclusive. You can have both. But like I said, I just feel like you shouldn't be looking to date. I feel like if you find and follow your purpose, you'll run into the love of your life within the flow of your life naturally. You won't have to look. Another great benefit to being single is you save a lot of money. You save a lot of money being single. Dating costs money. Even if you don't go on dates, even if the dates that you go on are free, you're still spending time with that person. And that's time that you could spend making money. So, dating definitely costs a lot more money than being single does. That's something that I definitely have to remind myself of, especially since I'm looking to get my own apartment. I'm looking to save my money up. I need to be single. I need to be single right now and save my money up, stack my money until I can get my own place. Another benefit of being single is that you have freedom and independence. You have so much more freedom to just do whatever you want to do. If you want to go out and just hook up with people, which that's not my thing, but if that's what you like to do, you can do that. You can do that without having to worry about your partner. If you want to move to another city or another state or another country, you can do that. You don't have to worry about the other person's opinion. You can just do whatever you want to do with your life because it's your life. And that's definitely something that I take for granted quite a bit when it comes to being single, is that I can do whatever I want to do. Another benefit of being single is you have peace of mind. Peace of mind is basically what we want as humans. You know, as humans, that's what we strive for, is peace of mind and happiness. And being single definitely provides you with that feeling. When you don't have somebody to argue with, or you don't have to worry about if somebody's cheating on you or anything like that, which, you know, you shouldn't have to worry about that. If you're with the right person and you're secure within yourself, you don't have those insecurities from past trauma, then you shouldn't have to worry about somebody cheating on you or doing anything like that. But you really don't have to worry about that when you're single. You know, no matter what, even if you're still working on yourself, even if you still have those insecurities, when you're single, you don't have to worry about getting cheated on, because no one can cheat on you if you're not together.